You've had a lot of experience developing artists, finding artists.
Yeah.
I was reading L.A. Reid's book, and he talked about all the misses he had, where he regrets this person, that person. What are the misses you had?
I've had a ton of misses. What people don't see is the misses.
Right.
You know, my family, I say this all the time. I got a goddaughter, Ricky. She's in the business, and she always is like, oh, you just you're doing it, Uncle. You're doing it. I said, Ricky, because you don't see the 1,000 no's. You just see the one yes.
Right.
But I said, I don't wear the nose because I'm going to run through that.
Yeah.
In this business, you have to have, it was a good conversation. I was with Jimmy Iovine and Zane Lowe. He does the thing. He was in there.
Yeah.
And me and Jimmy, we think alike. I love talking to Jimmy because he's fearless how I am. So we was talking about new artists and putting them out and going for it. And Zane was like, yo, but what if that fails? Like, y'all not scared if it fails?
Right.
And Jimmy was like, no, I'm just gonna try it again with somebody else.
Yeah.
And that's just my mindset. Like, I have made some mistakes. I have definitely failed a million times.
What's the biggest mistake?
J-Lo.
How so?
I talked crazy about her in the Elle magazine when she asked me to give them quotes because she was on the cover. This was around the time with I'm Real and Ain't It Funny.
Man.
So I was high. I was on like probably 3 ecstasy pills, which was the daily. That was like breakfast. You know what I'm saying? For like 3 years, I was high. All of those great records though, we made high as a mother. Right? So not saying to do that, children.
Don't
but
do
that's
it.
just me.
Morning stage.
You know what I'm saying? So I got off the phone. I got into an argument with Tommy Mottola about Ain't It Funny, about Cadillac Ty, and them not servicing the record with Cadillac Ty on it. So I'm going in on Tommy. Tommy says some up shit. So I'm on 10. Like, I'm telling Tommy, when I see you, I'm fucking you up. Tommy's my good friend now.
Right.
Yeah, it's all good.
I got over it, right?
Yeah, it's all good. But at that moment, it was when I see you, I'm fucking you up. And I don't care what happens. I'll do the bid, or you can throw me, but you're gonna get your ass whipped, right? So I hang the phone up in literally 2 minutes. It's while I'm on 10 and high, which is not a good mixture. So the phone rings in this Elle magazine. And they say, we want to get some quotes for you with J-Lo. And I said, wow. And she didn't deserve that because J-Lo was like one of my...
What did you say?
I knew he was...
That's that.
They asked if I'm Real was about Diddy. And J-Lo told him it wasn't. And I was like, yes, it is. And I called her the B word.
Oh.
Like an idiot.
Yeah.
So I was like, that bitch is lying or whatever.
Have y'all ever healed from that?
No. I mean,
Did she call you?
I send her flowers and roses, and I apologize, and I will continue to apologize for the rest of my life, and I will say I'm a fucking idiot. But if she never trusts me again, I can't blame her.
Yeah.
No,
I'm an idiot. Like that one, that's my biggest regret.
Do you feel like you left a lot of money on the table, or a situation could have really happened with Jay-Z, DMX, and Ja Rule, like that whole?
I mean,
collection?
with that, it was more. That wasn't my fault.
Okay.
That was just egos and individuals, and it just didn't come together.
That could have
You
been
know, I
special.
left a lot of money on the table though with the feds. Like the feds f***ed me over. When the feds raided me January 3rd, 2003, if you look at my history, Ashanti was selling like
Crazy.
6-7 million.
Yeah.
Ja was selling like 6-7 million. I was doing like, for 2 years, I was doing like 120 million in business, in billing, right? So I was due like a $60 to $70 million check because I owned half of that money was supposed to come to me. So when the feds raided, it was a strategic move on them. If you look at the dates, I didn't go to court and trial till 2.5 years later.
Right.
But they did that because they knew I'm about to get 60 for the sales. So when they raided me, like a week after they raided, they sent a letter to the Universal Music Group, said if you give Irving Lorenzo $1, you're gonna be his co-defendants because you gave him all this money that he's f***ing with Preem with.
Right. Yeah.
To which that gave Universal Music Group, they're happy. Irv, we can't give you anything.
Can't give you. Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
How did you manage it? Because you talk about doing pills, things like that throughout the day. And you said that was like breakfast. How'd you deal with that kind of stress? I mean,
What, the feds?
yeah, like because you had to manage that. You had to
The
fight the
feds-
government.
your
ain't
company.
no small thing.
The drugs wasn't I wasn't doing drugs because of the feds.
No, I know. I'm just wondering, did that affect how you, like, how did you manage that mentally?
A lot of God. It brought me closer to God. Listening to Mary J. Blige, My Life.
Yes, my life.
Yeah, which is an episode on Tales, by the way.
Right, which we're about to get to in 1 second.
Right.
Mary J. Blige, My Life. That line, I know that things will turn out fine. Yes, they would. Yes, they would. If you play it, I'll cry because it brings me to that place where I was like, I didn't know if I was going to jail for 20 years. I didn't know what my life was facing. I got my 2 sons, I got my daughter, and I don't know what the is happening. But I'm standing and I'm handling it like a man.
Wow.